Have you ever been in a situation where you get a new character, or you're farming for your favorite character, but somehow that 200 resin feels like 20? And you keep getting the same artifacts again and again? So today, I'll tell you 3 secret techniques that will help you utilize your resin and make your account better. My name's Aranara. Let's begin. First, is all your resin going into artifacts? Stop. Divide your resin into segments. And here's where my 60-60-60-20ths technique comes in. Now you'll ask, what is the 60-60-60-20ths technique? Basically, 60 resin goes to artifacts, 60 goes to weapons, 60 goes to talents, and the remaining 20 goes to whatever you need the most right now. Why? Because many players accidentally build only artifacts while completely ignoring talents, weapons, and levels. Then they wonder why their damage still feels bad. But this can have exceptions. Like if you've pulled a new character. That's where my second technique comes in. 100 resin for artifacts. 40 goes to bosses or weapon domains. 60 goes to talents. And make sure to see what your character actually requires. Always level the 2 most important requirements to at least level 9. But now you'll ask, but I converted all my resin into condensed resin. Now what? Since you can craft 3 condensed resin using 200 resin, how do you spend it? Simple. Give each domain 1 condensed resin. I personally use this technique. But if you've already completed 2 requirements for a character, then put everything into the 3rd requirement because it becomes more important. And remember, if you want to perfect a character, resin is necessary. But here's a bonus for the people who stayed till now. If you have more than 200 resin, or more than 3 condensed resin, let's say 5 condensed resin, use the 3-2/1 technique. 3 condensed resin on artifacts, 2 on talents, 1 on weapons. Or if you have more than 200 resin, simply put more into artifacts and talents, but don't completely ignore weapons. Like suppose you have 320 resin, 120 to artifacts, 100 to weapons, 100 to talents, but these numbers can vary. For example, some time ago I was building Nefer. It was extremely hard to get a good goblet. Now I finally have one. But during that time, almost all my resin went into artifacts. She stayed level 80. Her talents were barely invested. Sometimes priorities change, and that's okay. If something is necessary, send the other requirements on vacation for a few days. Let's say you're building Columbina. Her artifacts are decent, weapon is good, character level is good, but talents are barely invested. Then level the talents first. After that's done, go back and improve everything else. Some characters are naturally harder to build. Maybe it's Hu Dao, maybe it's Ryathesli. Maybe your artifact luck simply decided to disappear. But if you don't get demotivated, eventually you might end up with an insane build. Personally, I'm a Chaska main. Drop your mains in the comments. Also make sure your characters are level 81 or above. Those last levels matter more than many people think. And yes, level 90 is painful, we all know. Try getting supports to level 81 or above too because supports play a massive role. A strong DPS with weak supports is usually weaker than people expect. And don't pressure yourself into getting perfect builds immediately. Give yourself at least a month. Sometimes more, even if your character isn't meta. Because honestly, most players never even finish building the characters they already own. And if you want to know how to get meta characters, you can watch my other video on the channel. I've also put up a poll asking whether I should post lore videos. And always spend your resin carefully. Divide it properly. And if you liked this video, give it a sub. Sorry for asking but I want to hit 10K before 2027. Stay tuned. Bye for now.